moving to our next topic, and that's talk 3. With a beautiful ovation, I want us to please rise to our feet as we welcome our dear daddy, Apostle Dr. David Elo. Daddy, the Lord bless you indeed. God bless you, sir.
What do you? Okay. Please, I want you to have your seats. Have your seats. You're all welcome. I want to first appreciate our mommy and everyone that is. I want you to know that it's a very, very great privilege to be here and to hear some of the things you are hearing now. And I want to also congratulate our mommy and our daddy. Please, a round of applause for them. Now, there are many people that would have been alive today if they are privileged to hear some of the things you are hearing. Some of the mistakes that some of us made, we would not have made the mistakes if we knew and we heard some of these things you people are hearing today. And I believe so much that God in His mercy looked into the future and preserved few of us so that you can be able to hear some of the things you are also hearing today. Because there are many that are dead from good homes. First and foremost, because you come from a good home, it's not necessarily an immunity against bad company. It's your decision. Life is a product of decision. Whatever becomes of your life is a function of the decisions that you've made. Now, there are 3 things I want to run through quickly. We'll talk about cult activities. We'll talk about Yahoo. Then we'll talk about drugs. Now, these are the 3 things also that I was involved in at the highest level. But it's so strange that as a young boy then, somebody whose mother is a pastor, who leads a women prayer meeting group from a good Christian home, can also become, at the same time, a dangerous cultist, where the state governor have to say, I want his body dead or alive. So please pay attention. Now let me start by saying that all secret cults are satanic organizations. There is no benefit in any of them. Any of them. You see what is happening at the moment in Edo State and few states from the south. Just 3 months ago, over 150 people were killed in broad daylight. Some of them, their intestines were removed because of cult activities. Please, whether in school or out of school, don't get yourself involved in cult. Now, cult is not just for the males alone. We also have female cult groups, like the Amazon and the rest. They are also female cult groups, dangerous ones. They have consequences. You are created by God to be great. And what the devil is interested in is to cut short that greatness. Some years ago, the Lord said, if Satan cannot stop a woman from giving birth, he programmed the offspring to move with the wrong company so that they can abort the glory. So what the devil is targeting is your glory, your potentials. I remember if I was killed years ago, there was a time about 350. I don't want to call the name of the court, it's very one of the most prominent court now in Edo State. I remember they took me to the cemetery. About 350 of them fully armed. They want to butcher me to pieces. Now, if they had killed me then, I've written about 150 books now on Amazon. And I've shot a lot of movies, a lot that showed in different states and also in YouTube. Those things will have been gone. Because as you are seated here, you are clothed with so much potentials. Ephesians 3, I think from 20 said that God will do exceedingly, abundantly, even beyond your imagination, by the power in you, not from outside. Everything you need to be great is inside you. But it's your responsibility to guard it jealously. I was introduced into a cult by a friend in school. Even though my parents were Christians. I go out with them for evangelism. If you see me, they lead prayer for house. You will think this one, 9 lead at the way to Christ. But at the same time, I was a cultist. The same time. And the danger in all these things is, if you move with those who are in secret cults, and you are not a cult member, you are also a potential to be destroyed. A potential to be destroyed. Some couple of years ago, I know a young guy in University of Benin, civil engineering, he was in 500 level there, final year. Very handsome boy, I know the mother, very close to the parents, I'm close to them. He was not in cult, but unfortunately, he was moving with cult boys. He was moving with cultists. He was in his final year. Just few months to graduate from University of Benin. And he went with this cultist to drink. Now, while they were drinking, the cultists, of course, when you're in secret cults, everybody is a suspect. They noticed some movements around and they felt there's something wrong somewhere. And the cultists were leaving one after the other as if they were going to ease themselves. And this young man was still drinking his beer. And they left 3 bullets in his head. That's how he died. You have absolutely nothing to gain. That's why I said that you are lucky to be here to hear some of these things you are hearing now. If we have heard, we would not have gotten ourselves involved. Oh, they will tell you, they will protect you, you go out with the best girls, you do this, they are all lies. They are all distractions. Your time, your period in school is timed. If it's a 4-year course, a 3-year course, a 4-year course, a 5-year course, you have to just graduate and leave. Apart from those, we used to have some people in school those days who we call NFites. They don't have no future ambition. We know a guy, they call him permanent engineer. When we were in school, he was there for about 10 years. In fact, he tried about 3 departments before he ended up in art and design. From engineering, he moved to vocational studies before he ended up in art and design. He was just going around. Focus on the reason why you are in school. Forget any other thing. The unfortunate thing right now is that even, just like I told them some few months ago when I was invited to Navy Yard, some of the politicians now are the patrons of cults. You saw what happened on social media where the governor of a state and the deputy governor, they are both accusing each other of, they're both talking about being involved in sponsoring different causes at different times. Now, these people have children abroad. Why do you want to make yourself a casualty? I know a guy who, the only son of a diplomat, he refused to listen to counsel that we're giving now. The last day he graduated from EPOMA, he wrote his last exam. As he got to the room, as he was going home, they were tracing him. As he entered his room, some cultists went there with him. They twisted his head. The father was already 65 years old, a diplomat. For that led to the death of the mother and the father. Because where would they start from there? They twisted his neck and he died instantly. You have no part to play. About 2 months ago, a young man came to see me. They directed him to me and he said, "Sir, I finished from Kogi State University. I used to be a member of a cult. I've killed a lot of people. And right now, it's having serious effect in me. It's affecting me mentally. And so they directed me that I should come and see you." I was looking at him. And he told me the terrible things that he has done. It's so common now. Those days when we were in school, you can only be a cultist when you are in the polytechnic or the university or higher institution. But now you have mechanics, you have tailor. It's in the streets. Run away from them, they will destroy your potentials. Because you are created to be great. You are the only one that can stop it. By the decisions that you take. So what decisions are you taking now? Do you want to end up great? Or you want to abort your glorious destiny? The glorious destiny that the Lord has deposited in you. Because God saw a need and He created you to solve the need. You are on earth for an assignment. You can be whoever you want to be. You know, God told me some time ago, He said, even the child of a rape victim, the child might be born in error, but God has great plans for everybody. It doesn't matter the circumstance of your birth. Like Mommy was saying at that time, what do you see? What visions do you have for yourself? Doesn't matter where you are born. You can be whoever you want to be. By the decisions that you make today. There are many people who have taken the wrong decisions. I can tell you, from University of Lagos to EPOMA, to Awuchi Polytechnic, to Benin. I sat one day and somebody saw me somewhere, we were discussing. And when he looked at me and he said, "I thank God that you are still alive. You are the least person." I had a program in Warri, and somebody called, my friend called and said, "I see posters. I want to find out if you are the same person. Are you the person?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Where are you now?" I said, "Because I want to see you." He came. We used to be in the same course. And he came to see me in the hotel room and he said, "I'm so grateful to God that He took away gun from your hand and He gave you a mic to preach." Your story can change at any time. When we were in school, we were moving with gun. And when we get to the buttery, we'll drop the gun on the table. So anybody that is coming is either comes in or you just go out immediately. If you stand with me for 2 minutes, the squad already know you are a cultist. Because I was a logo. And many people were killed. Many were killed. One particular time I was in a room. We just did what they call Passover. You know, the Bible has Passover. When the angel passed over the land. So we did our own Passover on campus. We passed over the land. When we were shedding blood from room to room. And as we got there, From 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock, as we got to where we were staying, I was sleeping already when the mercy of God woke me up and said, leave this room now. And I opened my eyes and I said, I think we need to leave here. I sensed that death is coming. And my friend said, death. We have pump action, we have grenade here. Anybody that jumped this fence, we shoot him down. They refused to leave. And I left. Not up to 5 minutes, the place was raided by the mob. And my friend was killed. They took him in the chest and he burst out at the back. A few months before then, I met the mother in Benin, and the mother said, my son, I noticed you seem to be among the court leaders. Be very careful, because the cowards will lead to the grave of the heroes. That's what the mother told me. And then 3 months later, the son was killed. And I escaped. The reason I escaped was because of the mercy of God. Was because my mother was praying. My mother prays regularly. Have mercy on my son. That's why I always tell mothers, please pray for your children. When they took me to the cemetery, surrounded me, and they wanted to kill me, they were shedding blood, they were cutting my head, cutting my legs. Because they wanted to kill me in the cemetery and bury me alive. Around 2:30, there was a police siren inside the cemetery. The police siren was so much, not knowing that at that moment, my mother was in a dream and she saw me run with blood, and I was shouting, Mommy, save me, save me, Mommy, save me. And she started praying. When she was praying, we were in the cemetery. And the police siren was so much that God, the spirit of fear, took over the cemetery. The cultists, 350 of them, they ran away and they left me in the pool of my blood. We didn't see any police. No police was there. With the blood over me, I struggled and struggled to the general hospital. And the hospital then, one of the doctors was also a cultist. We belonged to the same cult. So he saw me that night and was amazed. And he decided to treat me. He said, we cannot teach you because we can't give you anesthesia. I said, sew it like that. So he sewed about 10 places. My head, my leg, was just sewing it while I was drinking. Many people could not survive it. Don't join them. The politicians will induce you people. Because court activities will not be as terrible as it is today without the inputs of the politicians. Because the politicians themselves, some of them are part of these evil organizations. And they are looking for children they want to use. While their children is in America schooling, they are looking for the mumu pikin for here when they go fight their court war. Don't be involved in it. I just have 4 minutes, like I said, and I have 3 things I want to quickly talk about. The second thing is Yahoo. What they call Yahoo now is what we call Guy those days. Those days, there was no computer, there was no internet, all those things not there. So you write letter, you send it abroad, they respond, and you dupe them. And I used to tell people, except you are greedy, you cannot become a victim. To dupe people. But I guess the number of people they dupe abroad, some of them don't get sense now, so they now shift their attention to the use medicine, jazz. That's why I want to advise our girls particularly, the ladies. Please be very careful, because a lot of ladies have become victim of Yahoo. You sit down for the guy a car, he go buy you shawarma, he go buy you ice cream. The girl no know say now she be the source of the money. Because the only thing they need to do is to have sex with the girl and either take her semen or her pubic hair to the native doctor. She will never give birth in her life. But the boy will be making money. In fact, one of my friends told me that in Auchi, then he said he took one of his girlfriend to the native doctor that wanted to help him for the jazz to make more money through Yahoo. So when he got there, the native doctor said, this one has been used. He said he took 5 different girls. 5 different girls. And the native doctor says, these ones have been used. These ones have been used. Look, you have time. God is not against you having sex, but it must be as a married couple. You must be married. The problem right now is just the time. When you get married, it's no more wrong when you are married. The world now is so desperate that they are looking for who to use. A young boy from University of Lagos, 300 level. They sent, because we run a youth organization and the rest. So they sent them to the youth center. The woman runs an intercessory ministry, and they sent the girl. The girl came. The boy came. The boy was scared, and I asked him. I said, "What is wrong with you?" So he started talking. Unfortunately enough, now the cult he belongs to was a cult I used to belong to when I was still in school. He used his mother to make money. They put the jazz, the medicine for handkerchief. I know you buy a handkerchief and there are new ones. The mother will be so happy. As he used and they clean his face. Not quite long, the woman became sick. She died. Him and the younger brother. Him and the senior brother rather. Immediately the senior brother died, he knew that there's a problem. It was his turn to die. That was when he rushed. And he came to meet me. He said, yes, this is what I did. And he told me of how some politicians sent them to get children, 6 months, 7 months children. They put them in the mortar. Politicians put them in the mortar. They pound them. I'm talking about living babies. They steal them, pound them. They use them to make medicine, to make money. You must be very careful. Our sister was talking about peer pressure. You must be very careful. The most important thing for you at the moment is your education, not money. 18 years old boy is already driving Jaguar. 18 years. And you yourself, because you want iPhone, you want shawarma, you go hang around them. Very soon are you they're going to use. There is no free lunch anywhere, not even in Freetown. You will pay for it. Those days we used to say, she will pay. It's just a matter of time. Please be very careful. The only thing you need to do is to focus on your education. Focus on your studies. It's not my secret. You see it in social media every day, how they use boys, they use girls. They even use their parents. You don't need these things because there are always consequences. When we were younger and we were growing up, we used to have a lot of people who were involved in it. In 96, 97, like I said, there was no Yahoo then. We used to say, they call them guy men, making money. I can tell you that most of them are dead today. Most of them. Go to First Stack area. You see, it's not, the Bible talks, I think it's in Jeremiah. There are things that you get fraudulently. In the midst of it, you will go. I know people that were staying in duplex. I say these things because I was part of them. We just left school then. It was what was in vogue, and so we have to join. My friend that I was together with now, then Phil Okafo, is dead. He made so much money in Guy. There are consequences. Life is about sowing and reaping. The fruit you don't want to see, don't sow the seed. And if you are involved today, it's easier for you to uproot a seed than for you to uproot a tree. I call the name of Phil Okafo because he's dead. There are many of them that are dead, all involved in Guy. Fraud, 409. It's a guy now that they've moved to Yahoo. because they've attached medicine into it. Sacrifice, juju. There are consequences. A young man told me where I was staying in Morgan Estate then. He looked at me. We were just discussing. He knew where I was, so he opened up. He said there's a place they go to. They do jazz for them. They will make money through Yahoo. They will bring a chicken out. The chicken will be seriously hungry. Then they will throw corn. It is the number of corn that the chicken eats. That's the number of years the person will live. So if the person is unfortunate and the chicken only eat 5, now I'm saying 5 years time, the guy don't go. There are many of them you see that cannot even sleep at home. There's one that opened his cap one day and there was big sore the center of his head. I'm saying all these things to you so that you understand that all that glitter is not gold. There are consequences. These are the things we've done. Like they say in the Bible, these are the things our hands have touched, our eyes have seen. Don't make the same mistake that some of us made. We survived because of the grace. The rest did not survive. We are there today. Where are the names of those who were hearing in the 90s? Where are they? They are gone. I can sit here and I begin to tell you some top people, top, making so much money because the system himself is corrupt. But don't allow yourself to be contaminated by the society we are living in. That's why we thank God for this program. The government cannot have the audacity to do some of the things we are doing because they are part of them. I was speaking, like I said, I was having a program in Navy Yard and I was talking about the government, party chairman and the rest, security agency, they were there. And one of them, that was an outside man, was angry. Is it our fault? The parents did not train them well. Why are you blaming us? I said, you people are bad examples. Because I didn't fear them. I know who they are very well. I was part of it. Years ago, when we have the zero-party election during Abacha period, there was one election they called zero-party something there. We were with some of them in the hotel. These are politicians. The highest cultists and the rest to come and work for them. The end is always painful and shameful. And I can stand here to tell you, they don't end well. You see what happens, even on social media. You see the girls, you see the boys, some of them behave like mad people. Their destinies have been tempered with by fraudsters, by Yahoo boys. They've used them for many making rituals. They are still alive, but they are like dead. That's why I started first by saying, especially the ladies, be very careful of the boy you are moving with. I mean, those days we used to say, after all, I'm not going to marry him. So what is my business? And when they refuse to listen, at the end of the day, they become a burden for the pastors to begin to pray for. They live their careless life. Be very careful. And also on drugs. So I begin to round up. I have 40 minutes. Please, when it's time, always tell me. And also on drugs. There are many lives that have been destroyed. In fact, I was speaking some time ago, and the NDLA guys and the rest were there. I think the chief medical director of Yaba Psychiatric Hospital, she was also there. She was telling us then that you say if you go to Yaba Psychiatric Hospital now, the bed, there's no bed in the ward anymore. Young boys between the age of 16 to 20, now they full the place. They decrease. Now they full biaba, full. They don't crease. So they go there now. All the rehab, all full with young boys with the crease. Because they go take cheap drug, colos. You see some people will stand, they will be shaking. They will be shaking. 1 hour, they not go forward, they not go backward. Now shake, they shake. What do you gain from drugs? Nothing. Nothing. I know lives that have been destroyed from hard drugs. There's a young man that came. The father brought him to me. He stays in River Valley. Very rich guy. The senior son. But drugs don't finish his life. In fact, they brought him to the center while we were even trying to walk and try to see how we can talk to him and so we want to rehabilitate him. One day when he saw that there was nobody, he went to the brand new fridge. He break the fridge, remove the compressor. Now say sure. I can't carry another person problem come this center. Now me give you drug when you want to scatter my house. Because he want to go and buy drugs. I'm talking about rich home. The day I got to the father's house and I saw over 6-7 cars brand new. Because we have parents who feel that they made so much money, they don't want to make their pikin suffer. So they give them money, small pikin. Every month they pay them. Person sit down house, they eat your food, they chop belle food. You go to pay and send an allowance every month to do what? To buy drugs. And the funny thing is this, please listen. When they want to lure you into drug, they first give you free. You tell yourself, after all, I'm not getting anything to lose. You will be high. You can talk to any girl you like. Human beings will look like crocus that you can mash. So you say, will take the drug, believing that you know, it's like somebody when say he sleep, they dream. For dream, he can become the president of America. Only for him to wake up, he dey for one room for Ajegule. Now even heat, because no light. And now one room, now the heat now even wake up from sleep. That's what the drug be. You just a high, you are looking, the whole world is in your pocket. My friend, you go wake up very soon. You will find out say the pocket get hole. They give the person free. You take it. You need to pay. This thing good though. Take it. Until when they don't trap you. When it has now become a habit. Because one of the most dangerous things, it has positive and negative, is habit. When something has become a habit, it's not just prayer that can stop it. You need the grace of God to create another habit to replace that habit. That's why you see they take them, go to the church, they pray for them, they do this, they still continue. They still continue. It becomes a habit. And the first thing the parents will notice, if the parents are sensitive, the guy does not care about the way he dresses anymore. Before you know what it happened, your gold chain is missing. 500 is missing. 1,000 is missing. There are some that will finally sell their parents' cars. I pray that none of you will be victims of drug abuse. Amen. It has never ended with any drug addict. And why I'm encouraging you not to start? My friends, when you start it, to come out no easy. They called me. Okay. They called me some time ago and said, please, you have to come to Off Allen to see a guy that was there. My friends, I rushed there, me and my friends, I got there. And I saw this guy who is a lawyer. Christian home. The father is even a provincial pastor. When I got there, the guy is saying, he looked at me, he said, Jesus is a black man. And I looked at the guy. He said, they lie for us. They're going to tell us that Jesus now people. I said, okay, the most important thing, Jesus is Lord. Whether they're black or not white, that not be a problem. Why you can't turn on to issue? You want to scatter the whole house, say Jesus is a black man. See the effect of drugs. And they took him to a rehab center on the island. where his parents were paying ₦1 million every month. Was there for almost 5 months. Why do you want to start something that will destroy your life? They are everywhere. They sell it everywhere. I remember on that program I told the NDLA, I said, if you want to stop drug, you can. They are everywhere in the streets. It's not just going to hang around the international airport. We are now a consumer, not just exporter. We consume drugs now. If you go to the streets where you see these boys are gathered, where did they sell an offer? You can stop it. Because when you stop the seller, you reduce the buyer. Please don't get yourself involved. I was on drugs for a very long time. It almost shattered my life completely. Continuously, I was on drugs. Because as a cultist, there are some things we want to do that we cannot do except we are high. Completely high. That even if there are 1,000 people, you are ready to kill everybody. Because you don't see them as human beings. You see them as objects. It can be just object, cockroach when you they kill. They are no more human beings. But life, there's always consequence. So I will conclude by saying this. These 3 things. Cultism. Run away from it. They will tell you it's good, it's good. And they are in churches. So don't even allow your church member. A pastor called me some time ago. He said, Pastor Hello, please, we want to have a program in our church. We discovered that the various zones have their church cultists. And we learned that the zones, the cultists that belong to different zones, they want to fight. The provincial pastor was telling me. So even in the church now, we still get cultists. Young boys who are involved in cult. That's why we need to say it again and again. Run away from cult. If you begin to notice anything at all, meet your parents and tell your mother. This is what I've noticed in my brother and my sister in this. Because even the parents of a cultist and a drug addict is not safe. I will conclude by this. There's one guy that is into drug. He led people to come and kill the father. Because he felt the father is denying him of his rights. And he felt if his papa die, he could first step into his father's world. He led people. Nine tell people, say, they can't kill your own papa. Cult guy. You see how brainwashed they are. Cult and drugs, they are moving in the same direction. But my prayer is this, that none of you will become victim of cult activities. Amen. And you will never get involved in drugs. Amen. Both male and female. Amen. I know a woman, a girl, my friend's sister, my own, we are almost the same mate, but now my auntie. She's one of the best athletes in Sapele those days. Franca, one of the best. Very beautiful. What killed her was drugs. And my auntie died because she was involved in drugs. So much drugs. I look at her always, sister, take care of, stop this thing. But it was almost too late until she finally died. I pray that you will not take wrong decisions in your life. Like I said from the beginning, life is a product of decisions. And when the devil wants to attack people, it goes to the realm of the decision. Because once they take the wrong decision, they will end up wrongly. You will not take the wrong decision. And what God wants you to be, you will become. God will help you to achieve His will for your life. The Bible says, and they saw the star of Jesus. Anybody who has seen your star and he wants to terminate it before you get to your destination, may God stop them. Amen. I was in Ife, in the shrine of Yahoo of Ife. You know, when you are a cultist, you want power, so you go different places. I went to Ife, I went to a lot of native doctors. I almost became a native doctor, and a small thing remain, because I go plenty. So I was in a shrine. The Yahoo, the mother of witches of Ife, I was in a shrine. And she said, The witches in your family wants to destroy you. They say you will not become what you are supposed to be, but I will help you. He said, you see, this my senior son when like him Besai. I have to destroy this my Pekin. Make her get this power when I get through. It was a girl I wanted to marry that took me there. It was when I got born again, I asked myself, say, if your auntie is the Yahaji of Ife, what did this one for be? So I will have taken the wrong decision from leaving court, come marry Pekin of witch. So it's saying, I just continuous battle. But God saved me from that wrong decision. It was a mercy of God. So please, your safety is in God. I believe before the program ends, maybe mommy and the rest will call for those who really want to say God save. Because it was salvation that rescued me. When people see me now, they look at me, they just wonder. Because I was in drugs and I was an alcoholic. I drink seriously. 24 hours I drink. Because I need to be high. You know, and the Nigerian security system make matter worse. Because even when you are drinking, you are driving, you are taking drugs, you are taking Indian hemp, by the time I get to checkpoint, the only thing I need to do was just to wind down. When I say, where's your particulars? That time, money still get value. I just bring out 200 naira bond to 2. I just give the policeman. Sean sir. He not even care where they smoke, he goes safe. He just say, pass. The next thing they want to ask you, what is your phone number? Yeah, because they believe there's something we can benefit from you. The system contributes to destroying people, but you will not become victim of the system. In Jesus' precious name.